Every year when it starts to heat up, I break out my copies of The Burning, Sleepaway Camp, and Friday the 13th. This year, I was looking for something new, so I did some searching around the internet, and that's how I found this. Friday the 13th, the series, which I won't blame you if you've never heard of it. It's an episodic live-action show that ran from 1987 all the way till 1990. It had 3 seasons, 2 of which had 26 episodes and 1 had 20 episodes. So yeah, it ran for a long time. But why haven't you heard of this before? Well, the reason you probably haven't heard of this one before is because even though it uses the same title treatment and name as the film franchise, it has virtually nothing to do with the series. So before you click away, even though it doesn't star our favorite slasher Jason, it does have a pretty cool premise. 2 cousins named Mickey and Ryan inherit this old antique shop when their uncle Louis Vendretti, which means Friday in French, dies. Mr. Vendretti made the big mistake of selling cursed antiques for the devil, and once he wanted out, he had to trade his soul, which means he effectively died. It's actually more of a sci-fi show like The X-Files than Friday the 13th, but most of the episodes deal with revenge or bad luck, and it was originally titled The 13th Hour, which is why the title kind of makes sense. So, like I mentioned, it had 2 26 episode seasons, but the third one was only 20 episodes, and that's because it got canceled while they were filming the 20th episode. There's a rumor out there that Jason's mask was supposed to make an appearance in the finale of the 3rd season, but that's just a rumor and I don't really believe it. In terms of quality, the show is very hit or miss. I do love the late 80s, early 90s look of it all though, so I'll give it props for that. It is very dark though. It pushed the line for TV on what you could show in terms of violence and gore, and it actually matched up with a lot of the R-rated movies at the time, which I think is pretty cool. There is one weird connection between this series and the actual film franchise, and it's that the actor that played Ryan, John D. LeMay, went on to star in Jason Goes to Hell, which is probably everyone's least favorite movie in the entire franchise. Even though this version of Friday the 13th, the series, died after only 3 seasons, the dream is still there. The CW of all channels was developing a show based in the Friday the 13th films universe. It would have focused on a detective who goes to Camp Crystal Lake long after Jason stops killing to look for his lost brother. They actually saw a pilot for the show, but they passed on it because they weren't sure that the plot could go anywhere after that first episode's premise. So, what do you guys think of Friday the 13th, the series? If you want to track this one down for yourself, it's actually not that hard. A lot of the episodes are here on YouTube, but you can get this cool 17-disc box set of all 3 seasons, which has a really cool cover if you ask me. At the very least, I hope you learned something about a really cool franchise today, and if you did, you should let me know down in the comments, and if you're not already, subscribe. But that's about it, guys. As always, I'm Jimmy Champagne, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.